And a very pleasant good day to all of you. It's June the 4th, Thursday, day 80. Stay safe at home. Ron Crider here, reporting from Vero Beach, your faithful servant. I'm always here every day. I report the most recent information on the COVID-19 virus, including daily numbers for Dade County all the way up through Orlando on the east coast of Florida. In case you had not seen this before, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. And I say every day at this time, push the like button, push, push, push. I like the like button. That makes me feel good. That's the gas that keeps my engine going, that lets me continue to do this. And I do shout outs every day. Yes, I do, for people who watch this video rather frequently, and it's very nice of you to do so. And yesterday I mispronounced this person's name. It's Addy, A-D-D-Y. So hi, Addy. Sorry I mispronounced your name yesterday. You became Andy yesterday. You'll be glad to know that today you're Addy. Also, Ellen, Marilyn K, Rosemary, Kristin, Simphoney Morris, David Campbell, Connie B, Edith, and another Connie. So thank you, folks, for watching these videos. I appreciate it very much, and I will continue to do them. I expanded them more for the entire east coast of Florida to give you more information, be a little bit broader based than just totally centered here in Vero Beach. And I give the weather report every day for the Treasure Coast. The Treasure Coast weather today, scattered thunderstorms this morning, then mainly cloudy during the afternoon with thunderstorms likely. Heavy and torrential downpours at times. High near 80 degrees, and for you boaters, the winds will be southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. The chance of rain today is a serious 80%. And tonight, pretty much the same way. Thunderstorms likely, especially this evening. Low 73, winds south-southeast 10 to 15 miles per hour. Again, chance of rain for this evening is about 80%. Governor Ron DeSantis announced Wednesday that most of Florida could move into the next phase of reopening. Palm Beach County saw its biggest spike in confirmed COVID-19 cases, with 258 new cases reported by the Florida Department of Health. The governor's announcement of phase 2 would apply to 64 counties, but not Palm Beach, Broward, and Miami-Dade counties, which account for 55% of the state's COVID infections. Phase 2 starts Friday. Bars can reopen, as can entertainment establishments such as movie theaters, concert halls, and bowling alleys, but they must limit to 50% of their occupancy. The reopening does not include nightclubs, so you can't go to your favorite nightclub. I don't even know where a nightclub is. I haven't been to a nightclub in 1,000 years. The drug that President Trump was using took another turn for the worse. It failed another test Wednesday when a study showed it did not protect against the infection. So it was kind of a waste of time, but it was a noble experiment. The COVID-19 isn't mutating to become more dangerous, the World Health Organization said on Wednesday. Now that is if you trust what the World Health Organization says. As you know, the president doesn't necessarily trust what they say. The World Health Organization said the virus has not found to be mutating in a way that could pose a new threat, as some health officials had feared. So we hope that's good news. Here's a little bit of good news. Universal Studios in Florida, Islands of Adventure, and Volcano Bay Water Park are scheduled to reopen on June the 5th. SeaWorld Orlando is planning to reopen on June the 10th, while Walt Disney World theme parks are slated to open on July the 11th. Once the park reopens, capacity will be limited, as all guests are required to wear face mask coverings and get their temperature checked upon arrival, and markings on the grounds will help encourage social distancing. Not good news. On Wednesday, Florida saw its largest number of cases of COVID-19 since mid-April as the state workers started to reopen the economy. The Florida Department of Health announced the state has a total of 58,764 confirmed cases of the disease, a jump of 1,317 from the day before. Wednesday's total is Florida's largest since April 17th, when it had a daily total of 1,413 cases. Some 2,566 people have died from the virus here in Florida. More than half of the state's cases are concentrated in Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach counties, as well as Monroe counties in South Florida. And another little bit of bad news, movie theater chain AMC warned Wednesday that it may not survive the COVID-19 pandemic, which has shuttered its theaters and led film studios to explore releasing more movies directly to viewers over the internet. And that's the information on COVID-19 that I have as of this morning at this time. Hopefully we'll have some even better news tomorrow. Some of this was a little bit of good news. Some of it was a little bit of bad news. More often than not, it's bad news, other than the reopening of some of the parks. Remember, as I say every day, I say this constantly, nothing has changed since we started this whole pandemic thing here back in February and March. We haven't come up with a vaccine. We don't have any cure. We don't have any vaccination. It's all exactly the same. Therefore, we have to live our lives like we are still fighting it, which means we have to continue to social distance. Wearing those masks is probably a good thing, although there's some contention about which mask is the better mask. The N95 is clearly the very best mask to wear, but that's kind of like a ventilator type mask. It's pretty expensive. It looks kind of weird, but it's like, I think I said yesterday, something like 97% effective. Some of these other masks aren't very effective. You do need to wear, if you're going to wear a mask, you need to get one that goes way up here, almost to your eyes and down underneath your chin, because the whole idea is you don't want to be touching your face. Touching your face is the worst thing because the virus will enter by your eyes, your nose, or your mouth. Wearing the mask will more or less prevent that, because if you scratch your face or rub your face, you'll be rubbing the mask, and that's probably okay. So that's really the main purpose of the mask. Okay, here come the numbers. I trust they're going to be good. I hope they will be good. And after the numbers, don't forget I have the next phase, which is my thoughts for today for Thursday. Back in a flash. Okay, everyone, I'm back in a flash. Here are the numbers for Florida for today, 11 a.m. on June the 4th, a Thursday. Let's take a look at Florida first, the entire state of Florida. 1,081,825 total testings, new positives, a lot of new positives, 1,419 new positives, new hospitalizations, 125, and new deaths, 41. That's for the entire state of Florida. Now let's look at the individual counties that we're following here, all the way from Dade County up to Orange County. But we'll start with Indian River County. Indian River County, 6,280 total testings, new positives 5, new hospitalizations none, and new deaths none. Indian River County, of course, is Vero Beach. That's where I live. Now in Dade County, that's Miami, 192,553 of total people tested, and of that, 323, a lot of new positives, 323 new positives, 30 new hospitalizations, and 15 new deaths in Dade County. In Broward County, 115,363 totally tested. Of new positives here, 123 new positives, new hospitalizations 16, and 7 new deaths reported in the past 24 hours. In Palm Beach County, 82,871 totally tested. New positives 211, a lot of people tested there again. And new hospitalizations 20 and new deaths 4 in Palm Beach County. In Martin County, 8948 totally tested. 35 new positives in Martin County, that's Stewart. New hospitalizations 2, new deaths reported 0 in the past 24 hours. Now in St. Lucie County, 12,122 totally tested, 27 new positives, 2 new hospitalizations, and no deaths reported in St. Lucie County. And that would be Fort Pierce. In Brevard County, that would be Melbourne, 24,924, new positives 3, new hospitalizations 1, and no new deaths reported in Brevard County. In Orange County, Orlando, 76,635 total testings, 48 new positives, 4 new hospitalizations, and 2 new deaths reported. Now let's take a look at these center columns. This is my little mouse moving around here. Under new positives, the most new positives of all, of course, is in Dade County, 323, and then Palm Beach County is 211, and the next to that would be Broward County. So those 3 counties always account for much more. Then the next after that, of course, is Orange County, and that is Orlando. And hospitalizations had 30 new in Dade, 20 new in Palm Beach County, and 16 new in Broward County. And then as far as the deaths were concerned, Dade County reported 15 new deaths. Then the next after that was 7, and 7 was reported in Broward County. Now, let me show you another chart. I'm comparing Indian River County to all of Florida. Indian River County is Vero Beach. Total people tested, 6,280. People tested positive, 144. That's a 2.29%. If you look at it with the same ratio for the state of Florida, they tested out at 5.43%, or 3.14% to the good for Vero Beach or Indian River County. So Indian River County is doing 3.14% better. This testing versus deaths, total testing versus deaths, this Vero Beach had 0.16, and the entire state of Florida had 0.24. I apologize for that, 0.24. A lot of numbers here. And so Indian River County is like 0.8% ahead. This number is always pretty infinitesimal over here on the right-hand side. All righty, let's take a look at a chart here. This is the chart for the bottom line here. This is the chart for the new cases in Florida for the past 30 days. And there's 1,303 there, and the previous day was 1,222. We're getting a lot of spikes over here, like the past 6 or 7 days, and this is 1,225, another very big spike. So that's the graph of the new cases, the new positive cases tested in the entire state of Florida. And we can go over here and take one more look at this with respect to the deaths over here. Now, here are the deaths. Now, they only report 9 here, but I keep telling you, these numbers where the deaths are concerned, they keep juggling them around constantly as new ones come in, and some of them are like 3, 4, 5 weeks old, depending on when they get here. I'm surprised at that, but that's just the way it is. But you can see there is a steady decline. I showed you this yesterday, and it is continuing to decline. But as you can see up here, here's that chart we just looked at. It's just a little bit more squished, and this is the new cases of positive residents, new cases. That's not doing very well. Now, again, I mention this every day. These are people that have COVID-19. They obviously have not passed away, and they have not gone into the hospital. So many, many, many of these people obviously are going to recover just fine. Let's take a look at what we call the global chart here. United States cases, 1,856,118. U.S. deaths at 107,281. We're closing in on 110,000. Global cases, 6,551,290. And global deaths, 386,795. And that's the picture for today. Those are our numbers for today. And I can't give you much of an opinion other than the fact we are getting a lot more positives, but we are also are doing a lot more testing. So that would make sense. We're hoping that we're going to do a lot more testing and get a lot less positives. That's where we would really like to be. But nonetheless, we still are in pretty good shape here in Florida because our death rate is not looking terribly bad. So we're in pretty good shape with our death rate. So let's just keep our fingers crossed and hope that things continue to keep going the way they are. And as I say every day, come on, folks, it's not over yet. We haven't come up with a solution to this problem. It's the same as it was when we first got started. So we have to make sure that we continue to distance space as when we go out. Older people like me, don't go out if you don't have to, because the less people you come in contact, the better off you will be until this subsides. And next comes my thoughts for today. Hopefully the thoughts for today will perk you up a little bit. Okay, the positive part of the program. Here are my thoughts for today, June 4th, Thursday, day 80. Okay, listen to this one. If I cannot do great things, I can do small things in a great way. If I cannot do great things, I can do small things in a great way. Martin Luther King. Okay? The secret of motivated people is their ability to do something about it and make things happen. So if you're really motivated, you're going to go out and you're going to make something happen. If you're not motivated, you're going to sit back and watch us do all of this work for you. Because I'm a motivated person. Here's a very short one. Motivation is the energy to act. Motivation is the energy to act. So if you're a motivated person, you jump in and you get it done. That's motivation. Otherwise, you're sitting around watching the grass grow. At my age, at 79, watching the grass grow is not a good thing, other than the fact that you would rather watch it grow from the top down than the bottom up, right? Okay, I get that. All right, this is what inspires us every day about these quotes. Quotes inspire you to accomplish great things in life. They're liked by all as they pack immense amounts of wisdom in a few words. Absolutely. That's what these quotes are all about. We give you a lot of wisdom in a couple of words, like motivation is the energy to act. Few words means a lot. All right, as I say every day, be a part of the solution, never part of the problem. Please be a part of the solution. I don't need to tell you what to do. You know what to do to be a part of the solution. Every day, smile at people, talk to people, be friendly to people, call your family members, do something good for everyone today. Anybody you run into, do something inspiring for them. Say something very nice to them. And don't forget, for me, please push the like button. I like that button very much because it makes me feel good. And I hope you have a very blessed Thursday. See you tomorrow, Friday. Friday's a action-packed day. Lots of things to do to wind up the end of the week, and I'll tell you more about that then because I have an event-filled day as well. See you then.